up guys, Preston here from CWI Performance. I just got a little bit of break in between my daily work, so I thought it'd be a great time to head over to our race shop, check on my dad, see how he's doing with the Foxbody and the race truck. So we'll go ahead and head over there and check it out, see what he's up to. To kind of give you an idea, this is some of the stuff that we do on a daily basis. Partially we have an electronics company as well as a full firearms manufacturing company, so every day is a little bit different. We get to play with guns, cars, motorcycles, all sorts of stuff. So I'll give you a little walking tour as we head over to the shop. If you didn't see on some of our Facebook stuff, we got to test the car a little bit this last weekend. It was about 50, 60 degrees. Obviously now there's snow on the ground. So Iowa's just kind of one of those things, or one of those places that, depending on the week, it's very bipolar. So we're heading over to the shop and we'll see what he's up to. So we've got a couple projects going on. This is a old C10, kind of doing some just basic restoration on. Gonna have it as a fun little toy. Pretty cool, but deal. This is the race truck. Right now, we got the motor out. So the plan is for Bob to race the truck this year. And in doing so, we've got to change up the orientation on the pedals a little bit. So with him being a little bit taller than me, we're gonna be cutting out the steering box here, as well as the pedal area to make a little bit more room. So that's kind of what it looks like right now. So we're gonna go ahead and cut out this area and extend it in further for him to be able to get a new pedal setup in here. So the cool thing, we're gonna be using the Tilton pedal setup similar to what's in the Foxbody, just for if we need to switch between vehicles, we can easily do that and have the same pedal setup. So makes it really nice. And then the other plan for the truck with the new motor is to switch it over to the M-Tron ECU, just to keep everything the same. So as we're tuning stuff, we can learn that process and dial some stuff in with our electronic components that we're developing right now. So that's kind of that. Here's the fresh motor for the race truck that's got some stuff over top of it, but freshly built with Frankenstein intakes and heads, built by Wegner Automotive up in Wisconsin. So hopefully this weekend we'll have that back in the truck and get it going. So what are you up to?
I'm cleaning up my mess. I'm really spent a lot of time today prepping aluminum parts for powder coat. A lot of people think that you just send parts to powder coat and they turn out awesome. Well, if you don't prep them, you know, if the welds aren't polished and look good and there's any gouges, especially in aluminum, you got to make sure that stuff's out before you send it there. So I've done that. There's a whole pile of parts over there. I've got one wheel tub left to do over there that I'm finishing up. And then I'm putting the ground effects. I had to whack about an inch or so off here, then pull this in and glue it all back together. Instead of using the factory clips, I went ahead and put rib nuts in the body and put bolts and washers on it. That way we can get that. Then I gotta tidy up a few body lines here. They're a little goofy. We're gonna get this flare finished out and body worked tomorrow. So if you see my beautiful note here, I gotta finish the inside of this. I got a part drying so I can finish this out just like this. Body work this, do the other side, body work our roof seams, then that'll be done. Finish our front fenders, our front end's about ready to go. I destroyed the bumper cover a little bit on a test drive on Sunday, so I got a little loose and went flying off the road at about 80.
We've had a few questions about the whole rear end setup. Do you want to bring the car up just a little bit and kind of show them what we ended up doing?
So the car's still a little dirty from Sunday's testing. But what happened is we want the panner bar low on this car. We made it adjustable like a stock car, so we can raise and lower the panner bar if we want, and we can raise and lower either side. But I'd never quite had one this far down, so my mount, which is made out of 3/16 steel, bent this way 2 inches. So I had to beat it back, then I put a gusset on here, plated this and put a gusset on, so that should sturdy that up. As far as the rear suspension, so these 2x3 tubes here basically go inside of the factory Foxbody frame rails. They're the bottom of the pinch weld. So if you come over here and see, that's the pinch weld for the rocker, the factory pinch weld. And then we bought some subframe connectors, didn't quite like how they fit, so I just used 2x3 tube and then plated the inside of it. Then we just connected off of that and then made a back half with a 3-link. So we just made our own 3-link bars, our own pannered bar. It's a quick performance 9-inch, carbon fiber drive shaft. And while we had this out, the floor was a little rotten in this car, so I just went ahead and plated the bottom of the car with 1/8-inch steel. So this is the Ford Godzilla bottom end. I made my own oil pan. It's got a few trap doors. It's got a little baby leak too, I see. T56 Magnum, tilt and twin disc clutch, QuickTime bell housing. Then we made our own 3-inch exhaust. It comes into 2 Borla resonators and then 2 Borla mufflers. And it's still loud as fuck. Air jacks. So we put air jacks on it because the car is pretty low. Like, I'm 6 foot tall, and when I stand next to it, I feel like I'm Jolly the Green Giant. Other things we did, it's got a fuel safe cell that we've mounted here. It's got on each side, it's got a cooler and a tilt and pump. One's for the trans and one's for the rear end. We gotta button that stuff up a little bit. Some of this stuff's just mocked up. We'll get it cleaned up and make the rest of the panels, and I think it'll be a pretty awesome car.
So I drove the car. I have my experience and what I thought. You got to drive the car. What was your experience?
It's got a lot of power. I mean, I'd say, you know, the roads, we're in Iowa, so it was 50 degrees out. So at 50 degrees, it's like summertime here, right? So, but the shit's still on the road. So when I took it out, I kind of went over some stuff and got the car sideways. And I think that's when I bent this. And then I shot off into the ditch. I kind of did some quick hits on the street a couple blocks from here. We kind of are in a really industrial area, so there's nobody around on the weekends. So it's better to test the car a little bit close to home. That way we can fix it. Then we'll be going to the track here probably in a couple weeks and testing it.
Cool. Well, I'll let you be. I'll kind of show them the rest of the stuff that we're working on and head out. So also part of the Optima series is being a street car. He actually built his own sub box out of aluminum. So this will be back in the back of the trunk area. So like you said, he's getting the rest of the parts out for powder coating. This is part of the trans tunnel. So we just cleaned it up, sanded it up, the wheel tubs, and then the rest of the metal for the back of the vehicle. So we'll get these powder coated, and then the plan is in these gaps here, we will go ahead and inlay carbon fiber on the back side, similar to what we've done already in the trans tunnel, and if you've seen the race truck, what we've done on the door panels. So overall, we've got a lot of stuff going on. And on top of that, we're also running a full-time company, so lots of stuff going on. Another cool thing, these are the doors themselves. So they're already done in paint. It's a really, really beautiful paint. I'm really excited to see what this car looks like all together, but we'll get everything finished up and then get it over to get assembled and painted up. So yeah, that's kind of it for what we're up to right now. It's late February, so we've got a couple more weeks until we really need to be ready with the car, but realistically we'll probably have the car in paint this weekend, so hopefully next week we'll have some photos posted out there with the car completely assembled and in full paint. So until then, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching, and if you're liking the videos, feel free to hit the subscribe button or like the video. Thanks again.